Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a short update what is going on the bench before we get into the main topic. I lose my focus for about 3 models. I will like to show you guys what's coming up. That's a Brummbär, a Sturmpanzer 4, then the Marder 3, it's a Tamiya Kit 2, and I bought a Tiger just for you guys. That's mid-production artillery. And yeah, let's get into the main topic. So, I would like to show you guys how I deal with acrylic colors in acrylic paint in scale modeling. I have a totally different approach to what I've seen so far. And yeah, this is not meant to convert you guys or teach you or as a tutorial. It's just documenting what I do. And yeah, please take it as a valid opinion under many. I would like to talk you guys through why I do it and how I do it and why I enjoy this in our hobby. And enjoying our hobby is the main focus, I think. I went with artist grade colors instead of our hobby supplier colors or the shelter of our main brands. And this is basically because I did a lot of tabletop a few years ago and bought myself 5 to 6 scale model kits, and then I left for a break of about 6 to 8 years. And yeah, since I'm back, there was not much left of about 300 colors I owned. So I had to start up completely. The marketing is aggressive and I don't know whom to trust, and so I informed myself about paint, about basic paint in an artist use, and tried out if they can be misused for scale modeling. What you see me here arranging is the CMYK color system containing 3 primary colors, magenta, yellow and cyan. And with these 3 colors you can basically build any secondary and any tertiary hue. Colors are called hues in a more color theory context, so let's keep it that way. And yeah, if you mix magenta and yellow, you get the whole way from orange to red. And as soon as we mix all 3 of these colors together, we get something like complementary colors. And this is where the magic of the army colors happen for the artists by accident, for us on purpose. And it works out astonishingly well, I have to say. So these paints are very thick, very creamy, and I need to stretch them to thin them without affecting their ability for the polarization of the acrylic resin. You can't stretch a acrylic paint with more than 50% water or alcohol in this case, otherwise you will end up with a very flaky surface. So what I have here is golden matte medium that allows us to extend a color without affecting its polymerization. And that's basically all it needs. I use the matte medium with about 70% in order to mix my extender, or basically it's just an extender. So as you can see, this is somewhat thick too, but I will add up about 30% of distilled water. This is done in stages, otherwise it's very hard to mix it together or to dilute it very well. And yeah, with this medium we get the color down and we get the thickness of the paint down. The artist grade things are not much more expensive. I do a comparison by the end of the video. And artist grade colors have a few very positive things to it. Their names are really basically identical with every brand. You can go to your local artist supply wherever you are on the world, where you're living in the world, and basically buy the same hue depending on what supplier is out there, you won't find this with the hobby grade colors or the scale modeling branded colors. I did put a few drops of glycerol into it, just because glycerol is an alcohol. It dissolves it mixes with water, and it dries very, very, very slow, so we can stretch the drying process a little bit. This is how the Pastos, in this case, or a heavy body acrylic paint looks. It's very creamy, and yeah, it's obvious this doesn't fit through an airbrush gun, and it's not very good in preserving details if you use a paintbrush with it. So in the medium bottle, I have the same mixture as in the dropper bottle. It's just dealing with the leftover in the bottle. I don't want to waste it. I went here for about 15 milliliter. That's about short of the half of the shot glass, and I use 1/3 of the about 1/3 of the total quantity with the heavy color, with the heavy body paint itself. And now I use pour in medium, the diluted medium, in order to get this get the paint to a brushable or paint brushable consistency. And here we are already close. That's in my opinion what a normal hobby grade color looks when it comes out of the bottle in terms of consistency. And the brilliance of the color, or the intensity of the color, is still there. They are very, very rich on pigment, these paints, and you can go the full way and break the bank on them. They're for every budget available, and I didn't cheap out too much. I asked the seller for a brand or a series of color, a series of paint that is a medium to high quality without breaking the bank. And I ended up with these LUKAS colors, and they worked fine. And here you see basically filling the mixed paint into a dropper bottle and calling it a day. That's all there is to it. In my upcoming videos, when I need a specific color, I will mix it. I will show it how to mix it, but this is basically just making it brushable, I know, and a little bit short of content, you might guess. So that's it. I get 1 tube of color for 2 hobby grade colors. When I say a hobby grade color costs about 2 euros and 50 cents would be, I think, a valid average. We need the CMYK system plus black and white to do tints, shades, and tones. That adds another 2 bottles per tube. So I could buy 10 remade scale model branded paints for the 5 tubes I have here for my base system. Then there is the medium, that was another 10 bucks. And with this conversion, we don't need from each color a full bottle of 20 milliliter. We think we need it, we may want it, we take it if we get it, but I think the reality is a little bit different from what we want to have some days. But this is a decision from everybody itself. Another 4 bottles for the dropper bottle itself. These are 50 dropper bottles, 20 milliliter of cheap Chinese made. And a retarder, the pre-made one, or the glycerol. The glycerol is about another bottle of paint. So the reality to the cost efficiency is a little bit different. I have already 30 mixed up, and I have still enough left for about 20 more. What is accuracy? How can we match the color? Yeah, it's totally up to you. There's not much, not science behind it. It's basically science behind it, but it's no rocket science. Rocket science is very easy. It's not advanced mathematics or theoretical physics, whatever. Yeah, there are books out there. Basically, they deal with the whole reference system, Again, I'm not lucky in buying things new. My book has fabrication issues and it arrived damaged by shipping. So no review on this, no calling it out per name. It wouldn't be positive, so I leave it off. Let's keep the focus on the enjoyment of our hobby. And yeah, the Vallejo Dunkelgelb, it doesn't hit. Okay, my own mixture, it was done before I had this book, and it does not fit either. And yeah, it hasn't to be 100%. If we want it 100%, we can use a reference, we can mix it, and we can be more happy than like it is so, okay? Just do whatever you enjoy, use whatever brands you enjoy. I just wanted to document this. There are a few benefits in terms of the labeling of these colors. And in future, I will mix the colors matching, I promise. So when we look on a tube, there are a little bit more informations on it. There's an index on how resistant the color is to fading. That's based on the pigment that is used in the color, and the pigment is called out too. So you can look on the global index what you buy. Do you buy a pure one pigment color or hue, or do you buy a mixture to begin with? So and there is another index of how well the color deviates from when it's dry to when it's wet, and they don't change their color while drying very much. So and an index for how much coverage you get or how opaque or transparent a color is, this can really make the difference when you're airbrushing things. We can take advantage of transparent colors and use opaque ones when we need it. So I'm happy so far with the results I get. I wish you guys happy modeling. Do what you like, do what you enjoy, and I hope we see us next time.